guys, welcome to Blackboard Discussions. Today we're going to be talking about hunting. So today on Blackboard Discussions we're going to hunting. So we have a special guest here, expert hunter, animal tracker, and just general woodsman. His name is Gary Jules. He's a master hunter and he's good at hunting. So thanks so much.
I appreciate you being here.
Now, why don't you illuminate for us the aspects of hunting that are important?
Well, hunting, as everyone knows, is a most basic and fundamental task that humans engage in. Before humans even mated,
Absolutely.
this is an actual fact, humans hunted.
Yes.
As far as agrarian technique, hunting, gathering, this is all the most basic forms of human activity. What they would do is, okay, here's trees. These are trees. Humans would travel through these trees, and what they would do is they would stalk animals. So there would be, say, a buffalo, a herd of buffalo. These are going to be our buffalo just because the size relation to the trees that I've drawn.
Right.
These buffalo are actually quite large.
And these are
So-
redwood trees. They're very large. So
Here's a herd of buffalo walking across what we would call a forest based on the trees that I've drawn.
right now, if we look at this entire diagram as a graph, we're going to look at the fact that in 1880, Stephen Jobs first started hunting buffalo. I mean, what do you have to say about this? Stephen Jobs was the first.
Well, you've obviously done your research, and
I have.
what that really relates to is the fact that people would always hunt in threes to begin with.
Right. So
And this
threes.
is, we're talking about the very beginning of agrarian hunting gathering techniques.
Right.
So the group of three would mean people always talked about 3 is better than 2 and 2 is better than 0. So if you have one person, you have 0 people.
Right. So
If you have 2 people, you automatically have 3 people because that basically means that you're a force multiplier.
according to our expert, I agree with what you've said. And what I say is that there's a partner system. So a partner system. And the thing is, you don't want to go out into the woods unless you have your partner with you. You want to both be prepared. You want to be prepared. You want to have your guns ready and your skin hats
Now
ready.
I'm sure you've seen the Chronicles of Riddick. You know,
I certainly have.
if you go anywhere into the darkness, you're all by yourself. If you have a partner, someone can watch your back. That's basically what we're getting at this point.
You want to avoid the shadows.
Shadows are your natural enemy. Being a human, you're automatically the top of the food chain.
Right.
Moose are about here. Buffalo are about here. We're hunting buffalo right now.
Right.
So shadows above humans.
Right. So
You want to stay away.
We have both gone hunting together many times, and what I've found is that if you keep to the shadows, what's going to happen is the animals that you're hunting are going to end up hunting you. So you're going to avoid the shadows. You want to be in broad daylight. You want to shoot them right as soon as you can, as soon as you see them. And if you miss, it's okay. You get them later.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, shoot them in the leg, make them suffer as much as possible. This is exactly how people hunted back in
Right.
the day. You just want to maximize your chances of getting more.
Right. And let's make a graph here.
I mean, you did mention Steve Jobs in 1987 or
No.
whatever.
Here's a graph. All right. So basically, we have Stephen Jobs here.
And
Now-
we have the 3 hunters here.
Right, so Stephen Jobs was the first one to create a new system in which hunting was in fact a positive correlation. I mean, Stephen Jobs was the first man to develop this. He said hunting was correct. You need to hunt those animals. Don't shy away. If animals are scary to you, you want to scare them first. Don't succumb to their fear.
This is obviously the herd of buffalo. And what happens is, when Stephen Jobs started hunting, he basically went to the buffalo, he hired 2 managers. This is a manager, this is a manager. He hired 2 managers in order to hunt the buffalo. And basically what happens is you find this correlation directly related. And that's how we come to this conclusion.
And this is the point at which Stephen Jobs first had his first hunt. So we'll say first hunt. and he captured many buffalo, many bison, many cheetahs, leopards, and also some crocodiles. I understand.
He
that
made
you-
money. He did make money. Like,
Right,
you've
yeah.
done your research.
Thank
But
you.
when you come to the conclusion that buffalo are 10 times, on average, larger than these other animals you've created,
Right.
then even at $5 a pound, he's already made. You see that line you've already created? He's already made just as much money off one buffalo.
Now,
Therefore, the managers are key.
right, and I respect your analysis completely, and there's a lot to learn here. And one thing that I have to learn here is that there is a triangle graph that is made here, which says that this is.
That's
the
also
point.
a right triangle. If you notice, this part down here does make a right angle.
So 360-degree triangle. One thing I'd like to point out is that Stephen Jobs was not the first one to point out the hunting. It was in fact Genghis Khan, and I was good friends with his son, and we had a lot of correspondence with letters. And why don't you elaborate on this? I don't.
Well, the thing is that Stephen Jobs, his last name does happen to be Jobs, but Genghis Khan, directly translated into Latin, does equal Jobs. So Khan equals Jobs. Therefore, his explanation is exactly on point. And
Yes, and this just proves that it's important that if you can find a way to rip people off, maybe steal their money, this is exactly how you create jobs in the economic system.
in
And-
modern day times, if you knew John Ponzi, he created the Ponzi scheme. He actually created what Steve Jobs had created beforehand, except now they call it Ponzi scheme.